Whew, okay, it's Paula. I know I haven't made a video on this semaglutide success. I have to look up the name of my own channel, weight loss before and after channel, my progress. I haven't made a video since November 30th of 2023. Today is May 6th, 2024. So it's been 5 months. I've went off my last video. I think I told you how I was like weaning off of it. I have to look up my own stats to see how much I lost. I lost 54 pounds last year in 8 months. So I'm kind of back where I started, but not all the way back where I was. So November 21st, I remember I was like, cancel this thing. The place I go, they are great. It's $400 a month though. That's $3.99 a month. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. I have bills to pay. You guys know, a lot of you probably know I run a true crime channel, and you know, income can be up and down, and I need to pay the IRS lots of money. So I'm paying off the IRS. You know, I donate 10% of my income. You guys know I'm a Christian. And just paying off bills. So I had to say, okay, I can't do this $400 a month anymore. So I did cancel. Yeah. And it was nice, I admit, going through the holidays, like, okay, my appetite is back, and it does come back voraciously. I mean, I was like, oh, I hope this will stay in my system a little bit like longer. But by the time I got to Thanksgiving, or probably even before that, well, yeah, I stopped, I think, November 21st. I don't know how much I had left. I was like, we have these 4 milliliter bottles. And I was like, oh, let me squeeze every single bit, any little corner I could get. I used it all. So as much as I could get out of there. I had originally, if you guys, you know, do injections yourself, you probably have these type needles. I'd end up purchasing some. They're nice and small. See if we can see that. And I was up to, yeah, there we are. I started at 0.25, and then I went all the way up to 0.5 or 50, I guess, on this one. You know, follow your doctor's advice. Don't listen to me. But it's great. He gave me, you know, great ideas and how to inject it. One day maybe I'll do an injection video, and then, you know, once it's done, he showed me how to fold the needle over and put the cap back on, so if you put it in the trash, no one will get poked. So anyway, I went off of it mainly only because of the cost. If I could afford it, I would have stayed on it because I like the weight loss progress. My last video, you know, I was showing off how I could still fit in these shorts I had, and so that was like, I was down in the 150s somewhere. I have a bunch of screenshots and stuff on my channel, so you can find it there. Over in the community tab, you want to look there. So I'm trying to see what date this was on this My Progress post. There was a certain point where I was up to 190.8, and I can't tell the date of that. I think that was May. I think it was May of last year, whatever. Whenever I went on it last year was around April. And I know I lost 20 pounds in the first month. I mean, she had never seen anyone do that. So I really think I was up to 210, and that's when I got down. Because I'm 5'11", I'm really tall. But still, 210 was way too much to me. I remember my highest, I think, was 212. And I was like, this is getting ridiculous. So I was up that high. So I think 190 was the first month after I'd gone through just, you know, taking 0.25 or 25, whatever you call it, of this every week, once per week. And I like to take it at night because I like, I don't want to get sick. And so as you guys might remember, everything I did last year, 0.5, I take it every, 0.25 I take it every week. And I even had it in my calendar. You know, I didn't stay on the 0.25 for just the first 4 weeks and then four weeks and titrate up to 0.5. I stayed on that 0.25 for like 8 weeks or something. And then I went to 0.5, and I never went above 0.5 because I didn't need to. I was still losing at a great rate. So there was this 190.8 was the first weigh-in, then 188.8 was a different weigh-in. And then maybe that's when I titrated up. I don't know. Watch my old videos, you'll see. And then 180.8 I went down to, and then 173. I'm looking at my old stats here. And then at some point, and then I got down to 163.2. And so I don't know if that was my lowest. I know I got in the 150s, and maybe I just never did an update there. But now, thank God, I'm so happy to be back. I'm like, this was kind of like my birthday gift to myself. I had been off of it. Yeah, so I went through basically December, January, February, March, and April, 5 months without being on semaglutide. And I did miss certain aspects of it. Certain aspects I didn't miss because, you know, yeah, you do lose like muscle tone. Like you do when you're dropping the weight, you can tell you lose the fat, but you also lose your muscle. And it was kind of like, yeah, you do get Ozempic, but this time I want to try and get more protein and still hopefully keep my energy. I did notice previously it did kind of sap my energy a bit. And hopefully I want to keep up, you know, going on walks with my dogs. And so I got this 4 milliliter bottle that, you know, I need to take that cap off and start taking tonight. And last year when I started on this, I was so paranoid about getting sick. I was like just going to Chick-fil-A all the time, just getting Chick-fil-A salads, you know, their Market District or whatever. And even spicy stuff I kind of had to stay away from. I stayed away from a lot of alcohol. I stayed away from a lot of greasy foods at first. So all of that helped. Whatever it's doing, it does whatever it's doing. It's doing a lot. It you know, we know it slows the production or release or digestion of food in your stomach. That's why it can make us constipated. It can make some people a lot more nauseous than others. Thank the Lord, I never really got that nauseated. If I ever did, I would just maybe eat a little something and it tended to help. But I never really got that nauseated. It made me stop, really. I did not crave chocolate. You know, I didn't want all these chips. And towards the end, even when I was still on it, I started reintroducing kind of junk food in there. I could still eat a burger. You know, later I would eat a burger or little fries, just not as much. You know, meals lasted a lot longer. Like I get a meal, that's going to take me days to finish that sucker, especially in America. You know how huge the meals we have are. So anyway, hopefully I'll do well on it again, starting off with 0.25 again. And I want to keep up my energy. I want to keep more of my muscle tone. If I could do that, lose, just like when I used to train for bikini competitions, they call it, you know, like you cutting weight. The main thing you want to do is just drop the fat and try and keep the muscle. That's my goal. It's time to get back on it. This particular place I go, it's local. I was going to try like Henry Meds or some other place because they actually have dissolving semaglutide compound tablets. You can put them under your tongue, take them daily. And I thought, oh, that'd be cool. Then you don't have to worry about, you know, this sucker, which I need to go get in the refrigerator right now. You don't have to worry about keeping it cool. You can't necessarily travel. I mean, you can, maybe people travel with it. They get the doohickeys, the cold things, and whoops, and all that, you know, because I learned you can't do like a pre-filled syringe. That's what the nurse told me. You can't like travel with, say you only needed one shot and you wanted to travel with a pre-filled syringe and try and fly with that. I don't think that works. But people figure out a way to travel with it. I just thought, oh, maybe I'll try the pills. But I just got a little too eager and I was just like, no. You know, Henry Meds has some great reviews. It's working for some people. I think a few people might have had problems with customer service or whatever. And part of me didn't want to go through that. I was just being impatient because, what is that on my head? You have to go through, and I was going to make an appointment, and the appointment would have taken a week or two or something to get with Henry Meds. And then I have to wait for it to ship to me. And I've never used them before. And I didn't know, will the dissolvable pill, even if it's more convenient, you'd have to take it every day, will it be just as effective as the liquid compounded semaglutide with vitamin, it's some kind of vitamin B they put in here. I know this worked well for me last year, and knowing that it worked well for me last year, I mean 54 pounds in 8 months, that's great. Oh yeah, did I tell you, I'm back where I was because I'm back at 190 pounds according to my doctor's office this morning, even though I got my home scale to say 188, you know how we are. But I didn't just want to go back eating the way I've been eating. My appetite came back and I'm just like eating cookies and chocolate, and you know, you don't get that full feeling. And it's too the mind too, it's like thinking of, oh, what I'm going to eat next, what do I have next, where when I was on compounded semaglutide before, yeah, like they say, the food noises quiet down. And also too, I don't want that extra full feeling like on compounded semaglutide. Like, you know, if you eat too much, like you'll pay for it. It's almost like you can feel the food like still there. So it's like, okay, I'll just have a little bit. Let me give this food time to process. And whenever that processes, then, you know, it's a different kind of feeling. And so I just wanted to go back on it. Oh, and they have a rule at my place here locally. So once you restart your subscription, you're supposed to at least do it for 3 months. So I don't want to keep going back on and off it. Hopefully, maybe if it's meant to be, maybe I'll just stay on it and then not have to end as abruptly as I did before. Like, I didn't technically wean low. Like, the plan is to see, okay, 0.25, if you're losing, good. If you're staying too stable, maybe go up to 0.5. And okay, if you're still losing well, like, I don't want to be like Sharon Osbourne, where she said she lost too much weight. Maybe she just didn't titrate down correctly. I don't know what dose she was on, but I just want to not even go back up into the 200s where I was at all. I want to stay in this wonderland, and I'm generally comfortable at my height at 5'11", almost in the 150s. That just feels like a good set point to me and my body, as long as I'm feeling good and healthy and can keep some muscle tone and still have my energy. I hope that's where I can be. So I'm so grateful to God. Thank God I can get back on this, and I can update you guys hopefully at least every month to see how it'll go. You know, this is interesting the second time around. Thank God I didn't have any. Some people have gallbladder problems, or some people just get way too sick. They get too much vomiting, too much diarrhea. I never had any of those problems. I didn't even have to take whatever prescription he gave me for nausea. I was fine. I pray it goes well. My body, I think, just adapts to this and likes this medication. And so let's hope that goes well. Hopefully I'll be able to stay on, I don't know, for a while. And is the point to stay on this forever? That's the question. How do you wean down? Whew, Lord knows. But I'm very grateful I can get back on it. I just feel more comfortable. My sister's planning to take me on a cruise next year, so I just want to feel more comfortable. I like the way my clothes fit, and just more of my wardrobe I can even fit, it feels like, without struggling to put on clothes. And you guys know all that, all the drill. So let's see where we go on this journey. Weight loss and wild dreams. I was thinking that I was like, oh, I can have good dreams again, because it seems like semaglutide gives you wild movie-like dreams, almost like when you're fasting. It's like, since your body's not working on digesting all this food, it's almost like your brain has more to do or something. I don't know what that's about. And other things, just other bad habits. It does more. This, not just helping insulin resistant people, it's like it's doing more. And I don't know what it is, if it's psychosomatic or placebo effect or whatever the heck it is. It does more than just slow the digestion of food in your stomach. It's like it's doing more. It's helping. That's why so many people, you know, alcoholics or other people, they're just really, I don't know, they're finding good results with this medication. And I wish many, many more people who suffer from obesity or whatever could take it without having issues. So bless God. God is a healer. I'm trying to think of a good verse to end with. Just, the Lord knows. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And I thank the Lord that I'm back on this. I'm going to get it back in the fridge take it tonight. I'll keep you guys updated as much as possible. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.